This segment's being sponsored by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Join us in preserving and protecting Tennessee's wildlife. All right, guys, tonight's call-in segment's being sponsored by our friends over at Taylor's Archery. Y'all can find them at 100 East Lauderdale Street in Tullahoma, Tennessee, or give owner Tracy Taylor a call at 931-563-7706. Let he and Cam and the rest of the crew take care of all your archery needs and get in there and take advantage of that indoor archery range on those rainy days, too.
Absolutely.
Well, guys, we're going to open the phone lines for you now. If y'all want to give us a call, you can. It's 615-737-7767. And while we're waiting on a few of those, Roger, let's recap this hunt just a little bit. Now, you and Mountain Man went down. You met up with Brian Smith.
Yes, sir.
And Mountain Man had a buddy who went down there with y'all, too. So there's actually 4 of you there, and you all 4 got one.
It was 4 of us in our group. It was a total of 8 of us there.
Okay.
We met up. Me and Mountain Man and his buddy, I can't think of his name right now. We rode down there and we met with Brian Smith, and Brian Smith had James from Open Season TV.
Yeah. And
their people, and that's who actually hooked me up with the hunt, was James from Open Season.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, it looks like a lot of fun, but also something that I thought, just growing up watching the pronghorn hunting and seeing it, I'm not going to say I necessarily thought it was easy, but until I've been talking to you about it, I never realized it was as tough as it was to actually just get up there on them. You know, I mean, y'all's average shot was what? 400 yards is probably your average shot.
Yeah.
And
the closest you're going to get is 3 if you're lucky, and you need to be ready to shoot 500 or 600 yards.
Yeah. And it's, I mean, many times y'all would get out, so you're going in the truck, you spot these antelope. People, you know, some people might say, well, what were they doing in the truck? Well, I mean, you're covering miles and miles and miles and miles. This isn't like out here. I mean, and then you spot them, well, then you got to go 1,000 yards, 1,500 yards to even get within rifle range. And 3/4 of the time, y'all get 500-600 yards into it, and they're gone.
Yeah,
and you got to come back and start again.
The ranch we was on was 142,000 acres. And out there, you know, some places we would ride on the public road.
Yeah.
But as long as you crossed that fence, you was legal.
Yeah, right.
And it was a lot of walking, and it was fun. But I'm telling you, I was wore out.
Like Mountain Man said, it's rough on you.
It's rough on you.
It is. Well, we got some calls kind of coming in. Let's go ahead and catch one of these. Jim, how you doing tonight?
We're doing fine. Thank you, Brandon, and thank you for answering the phone for me. I just like to comment on the hunt down in Clayton, New Mexico.
Sure.
And we've been out there, and one of the reasons it really jogged my memory is that one of my best friends was named Clayton, and I've been through the little town of Clayton more than once, and I know an individual out in New Mexico. My wife and I have been all the states east of Mississippi with camera, and for those who want to go hunting, my recommendation is New Mexico. I saw more animals out in New Mexico than any other state that we've been through. And Clayton's a little town stuck in my mind, and I had to call and let you know.
Yeah.
And thank you, Brendan. Thank you for answering the call. I enjoy watching your program, the hunting and fishing.
Absolutely.
And the video that the man showed, I enjoyed that. Have a good night. Thank you for answering my call.
Thank you for calling. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Michael, how are you doing tonight?
Doing good, Brian.
How can we help you tonight?
I had a 2-part question.
Sure.
First of all, if I missed it, I apologize, but I was wondering what caliber shells or guns they were shooting there at the New Mexico antelope hunt.
Okay.
The first one that you seen was a 30-06, and the second one was a 257 Weatherby.
Okay. Would a 7 mag fit in that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
7 mag would be great.
Yeah, 7 mag would be great out there.
All right. And I was going to ask, what do you see about the coming muzzleloader season?
What about it did you say? I'm sorry?
What do you see, upcoming muzzleloader season as far as
Typically,
the deer movement? And,
typically here in Tennessee, in my opinion, that muzzleloader week is one of your better weeks of pre-rut activity of the entire year. It's one of my very favorite weeks to hunt. What I do at that point in time, that's the first week that I kind of shift back off of food patterns where I think the bucks are, and I start really focusing on the does at that point in time. The does will be coming back to green feed at that point, and as you know, those bucks will be going crazy.
Yeah.
If we can get a good cold front, and we usually do right there at that juvenile hunt at the end of October, and if we can get a good cold push through here just going into November, I think it'll be great.
The moon's going to be early this year, too.
Yeah, so I think we're going to have a good week, muzzleloader week.
okay, as far as the moon phase, which part of the moon phase do you particularly like?
I like to hunt anywhere a couple of days leading up to a full moon and a couple of days off the end of it. Either one of those is great. I like a new moon as well. A lot of people don't like a full moon, but to be honest, I think a lot more mature bucks are shot on a full moon. You have to hunt them sometimes when you don't want to, in the middle of the day, early afternoons. But I have also seen and shot several right at daylight on a full moon. But those 2 days leading up to that full moon and 2 days after would probably be your, in my opinion, if you could only hunt 4 days, that'd be the 4 I would hunt.
Yep.
Yeah, I've shot several during midday during the full moon.
Absolutely. Yeah, they'll move all day during the rut anyway, but that moon just, some people believe in it, some don't. I believe in using anything you can put in your book.
The moon phase works on everything. It don't matter what it is.
If it can control the tides,
deer,
it can make a difference on a deer. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, it makes a big difference on
Absolutely.
everything.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. But thank you so much for calling tonight. We appreciate you watching.
All right, y'all have a great night.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you. Now, Bobby, if you'll hang in there, we'll get you in this next segment. We need to get ready to go on over right now. I would say it's time, and do this week's tip of the week. This week's tip of the week is being brought to you by our good friend Wes Stone over at Cryolite Real Estate Services. Y'all can find him at 1432 West Main Street in Lebanon, Tennessee, or give Wes a call there at the office, 615-444-8200, and let him take care of all your real estate needs. All right, Dayton, what you got for us tonight, buddy?
Man, listen, when you go to the lake fishing, don't go with your reels halfway full of line. The ratio of the reel is based on it being full. There's no, if your spool's half full, you're not getting the full 5.3 or 6.3,
Right.
whatever your reel is. That's based on a full spool.
Yeah.
I mean, and when you're going, whether you're catching fish to eat or tournament fishing, just do it and make sure you're prepped. Don't lose a fish, leave the hook in his mouth, or, you know, just try to do the best you can.
Yeah, that's
and there's
right.
one more thing I want to tell you.
All right.
The state of Tennessee has such a good hunting program that they've been doing. We've got bear, elk, and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tennessee, we're really lucky to have what we have here in this state. You know what I mean?
We do.
I mean,
it's growing all the time. Our elk population's growing, our
everything's
bear
pheasant,
population's
all
growing.
that. You know what I mean?
Everything's coming along, but you are right. We're very
I seen
blessed.
where they turned loose mountain lion in East Tennessee.
Yeah,
Yep.
I saw that. We'll talk about that here in a minute before we let that get too far.
I mean, there's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on. Guys, I tell you what, we're going to get ready to take a quick break, and we'll be right back for some more Southern Woods and Waters.